first moment of power? The first words you speak to yourself in the morning are never neutral. They quietly decide how the day will meet you before your feet touch the floor. Before the world speaks to you, your mind is already awake and listening. It listens to the way you think, the way you frame the day ahead, the meaning you attach to yourself before anything even happens. Morning thoughts are not background noise. They are instructions. They plant the tone, the rhythm, and the emotional direction of everything that follows. Most people don't realize this. They wake up and immediately hand their attention away. A phone lights up. Notifications flood in. Messages, headlines, comparisons, demands. And just like that, the day begins in reaction instead of intention. That is not control. That is surrender. Reclaiming the morning. Day reacting to the world. You allow external voices to decide your internal state. You let someone else's urgency shape your calm. Someone else's opinion define your worth. Someone else's chaos invade your clarity. But the morning gives you a choice. Your words can pull you back into alignment. They can reset your focus. They can remind you who you are before the world tries to label you. Speaking to yourself with purpose is like setting a compass. It doesn't look dramatic. It doesn't take long, but it determines the direction you walk for the next 16 hours. I am strong even if doubt is still present. Your mind begins to search for proof. When you say, "Today, I choose calm," your reactions start adjusting quietly throughout the day. Here is the truth many people miss. The mind does not challenge repetition. It adapts to it. Whatever you tell yourself consistently becomes familiar, and whatever feels familiar begins to feel true. That is why negative self-talk is so powerful, so destructive. If your mornings begin with criticism, fear, or comparison, that becomes the lens through which you interpret life. Creativity narrows. Confidence weakens. Risk feels dangerous instead of necessary. But when your first words reinforce purpose, direction, and inner stability, something shifts. Not because life suddenly becomes easy, but because you become anchored before difficulty appears. The subconscious is always listening. Your subconscious does not argue. It does not analyze. It does not debate logic. It absorbs. It takes repeated statements and builds reality around them. Every phrase you repeat is a command. Every belief you reinforce becomes a filter. This is why affirmations are not empty motivation. They are internal programming. What you plant early grows quietly throughout the day. Say, "Nothing works out for me." And your mind searches for evidence. Say, "I am capable and grounded." And your focus begins to support that identity. The outer world doesn't change first. Your inner dialogue does. Why morning matters most. Morning is when the mind is most open. The noise hasn't arrived yet. The conscious defenses are still low. The day hasn't scattered your attention. This is the window where words go deeper. Think of your mind like a sponge. What you soak it in at the beginning becomes its foundation. If it absorbs stress, doubt, and fear, that energy follows you everywhere. But if it absorbs calm, confidence, and clarity, those qualities begin to flow naturally. You don't chase focus. You don't force confidence. They emerge from within.